Pothos that you see is growing in water. My absence and negligence caused the plant to experience this deadly phase. Earlier, the same plant was looking fuller and green. Now the plant is looking thinner due to the loss of some leaves. There are yellow leaves all over the plant and some of the leaves are looking pale. Some of the stems are turned yellow. Some of the roots are affected too.
I have listed all the reasons for which the plant had suffered a lot. One by one, I'll explain all the reasons, and I'll also explain how to revive this plant to give back its earlier look. So most of you have shared your concerns regarding this plant, especially if it is growing in water, like why the stems and leaves turn yellow, why the roots are rotten, and what type of water can be used, how frequently can be used. So I'll try to cover all your concerns and make sure you get a satisfactory solutions. Let's start this reviving process.
First, let's talk about the yellow leaves. When your plant is growing in water, any disturbance with the roots will cause the plant to throw this kind of signs. So it can happen if the plant suffers water scars, like when the vessel runs without water for a long time.
In case stems are rotten, then also leaves turn yellow. In fact, this case is more dangerous than the earlier one,
as the fungus can shift to the other stems and slowly that affects all the growing stems in the vessel.
A few other reasons can also make the leaves yellow, like if the plant goes through temperature shift.
Pothos are tropical plants. They prefer environments with high humidity. Even they can do well in an environment where humidity is less, but not at a place where the temperature is below 10 degrees Celsius.
Another reason can be the curtains. If you cover your windows with curtains during the days and that blocks the light to pass in, then the plant continues to grow in the dark room.
All the pale looking leaves you see are formed due to the low light.
Sometimes the tap water that we use is treated with chlorine.
Excess of chlorine in water produces heat, which is also dangerous for the cuttings.
Now, looking at all the problems, as a plant parent, how will you revive or recover it? Let's see all the steps you need to follow to save it.
First is to remove all the yellow and dry leaves from the plant. Next, I will treat the roots and stems. Before that, I have to disinfect the Caesar with hydrogen peroxide. Instead of roots, the plant should focus on the leaves growth. So I am removing these extra roots as all are outgrown and the vessel is full. It doesn't harm the cuttings. Check the roots of each stem and remove in case they are rotten. Check each of the stems carefully to find if there are any roots turned yellow. Remove these parts from the stem. Next, I will cut off the growing parts of the stems to boost growth. Be mindful while cutting them off. It should be here, above the growing node. Like this stem, either new branches or roots will grow from these nodes. So this way your vessel will look fuller. Now let's clean all the stems. Rinse the stems, roots and leaves well with clean water.
After doing all these things to the cuttings, how will you check if they are growing nicely? Let's see the update of the cuttings after a week.
Cuttings are growing nicely. Roots have started to grow. If you find the roots are brown or dark green, means the roots are established and are mature, whereas white or wheat color hairy type roots are establishing to survive in water.
A lot of you have asked me either to add liquid or any other fertilizer to the water where this plant is growing.
This plant doesn't need any fertilizer to grow. In fact, fertilizer can slow down the rooting process.
In some cases, it leads to stem yellowing due to the heat releases from the fertilizer.
Similarly, when we use tap water, stems turn yellow because of the chlorine that generates heat.
If you live in flats, then expecting chlorinated tap water is common, as water tanks being treated with chlorine or bleach regularly. In fact, that water is not safe for us as well.
So you must be using RO water for drinking. That water you can use for the plant. Also, if available, you can use rain or stream water. It is the best water for plants as it contains high amount of essential minerals that supplements plant growth. If it is possible for you, collect rainwater and store it for later use.
Else you can use tap water, but before using you need to remove chlorine from it. But how will you remove it naturally? There is a simple solution for it.
Fill a container with tap water. Keep the water filled container in an open area for a minimum of 24 hours. Chlorine will evaporate if you leave the water to stand. It is the most effective natural process to remove chlorine from the water, and then you can use it for plants.
Tap water doesn't contain a high amount of minerals. Once the roots use the minerals, it becomes useless to the plants. So as we are limiting the growing medium to water only, we have to change the water more often to give it a better growing option.
Change the water when you find these particles inside it. These are debris and need to be removed to avoid any kind of infection. Forming algae in the vessel is common when we grow plants in water. Once it is grown, it also uses the minerals present in the water. The main plant sustains in water with a lesser amount of minerals.
In plastic containers, algae grow rapidly. So use glass jars if you grow multiple cuttings, because sometimes it becomes hectic to clean up the jars more frequently.
No need to buy the jars. You can reuse your sauce bottles or anything that comes in containers like this. This way you can recycle the waste and grow plants in it.
You must be thinking, how is it possible for a plant to create food when it is growing in water?
So some plants are adaptable to the environment, like rainforest, where it rains all the time and light is low. Moisture is high in the air. These plants are rainforest plants that grow under tall trees as a canopy.
We can grow these plants indoor, where we provide all the necessary conditions that they get in rainforest. Next is sunlight.
The sunlight you see is actually a combination of red, blue and green light.
Blue light encourages growth in plants. With it, leaves remain green, whereas red light helps in forming fruits and flowers. So if the leaves of your plant is looking light in color and or pale, it means it is not getting sufficient amount of light. So shift your plant to the area where it can get proper amount of light.
You can grow this plant in water as long as you give proper care and environment. With all these tips, you will surely overcome any of the issues related to your money plant that is growing in water.
Please write in the comment area if you are facing a different issue apart from the things that I discussed. I'll surely reply and help you. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for your belief and support that you have given me so far. I have already started working on the next video that might give you a solution for your next favorite plant. So Let's meet in that video. Till then, take care.